Hi, it's Jess here from Nigezza Creates. Thank you for joining me today. So I thought I'd bring a quick video. I'm not very good at quick videos, but I thought I'd have a go. So I was having a little play. I was sort of like doing some sorting out of things I've got. I've got a drawer that's full of digitals from like when I first started getting them, and some of them are freebies, some of them I've sourced myself, some of them from kits. And now I kind of keep them in a concertina file, and they're labelled with the kit name and that. But these were way back before I sort of thought about doing that. So I had some letters that were printed, and I had sort of, some of them got fronts and backs, and there were different sizes. So I thought, how cool would it be to stick the little front on to either the front or the back of another one and make cute pockets. So a little bit like a library card. And then I found these two. I think these are Tracy Fox, and I just vintaged them up a bit with some inks. And I just thought they made cool little pockets. I don't think it matters that that library card is bigger at all. Might matter about that one because it won't fit in. There we are, we'll put it in that one. There we go. They came out of these, so they got to go back in. Yeah, and then this one, I actually stuck the front and the back together and made it a little, just a little secret little journaling spot. Ever so easy to make. So let me show you what I did. Dun, dun, dun. So what I did was I created a document and I downloaded, I found these from I think this is from the Smithsonian Library, all sorts of places you can get public domain stuff. So this is the backs of these 4 envelopes. So I put a sheet with the 4 backs and a sheet with the 4 fronts, and then I printed the 4 fronts 2 to a page, because I thought the fronts would be prettier because you're putting things in the pocket, so these aren't going to be seen so much. That was my idea. And then I printed these slightly smaller, so I think I've done them about the right size. We'll see. And so simply gonna take my ruler, and I kind of lined these up so that they would just rip out level with each other. So I like to ruler it because that lets it take ink a bit better. You can cut if you want. They all had a black border around them. There's a little bit left still of it there, and so I had to get rid of them. But that didn't take too long. Been out for a walk, a long walk, and then lunch in the sun. It's February, and my son had a day off today, sort of using the ones up. You know, you always end up with a couple of days you need to take holiday before April's up, and so he's taking a couple of random days. And so I said, let's go for a nice long walk, and then I'll treat you to lunch. So that's what we did. And one of my favourite local places to eat. And I said, we were really hot as well. By the time we'd finished, I said, I am so hot. And he said, yeah, that's why I've took my coat off, Mum. And I went, yeah, I just can't be bothered to carry it. So I said, I ain't taking mine off. But I said, oh, I can't go inside. Let's sit outside. I thought, I can't believe it's February. And we're sitting outside in the sunshine, eating al fresco in Yorkshire in February. So yes, very lucky with the weather. it then just towards the end, it was a bit chilly. It's like, yeah, I'm glad I'm putting the coat on now. So yeah, but I walked 3.6 miles. It was very difficult for me to get up afterwards. I was actually in pain. So I was like, I always say 3 miles is my limit, really, of how far I can walk in one go. There we go. So yeah, lining them up. Oh, actually, I'm glad I stopped there because that's gone up the wrong way. So, because what I want to do with these is, are they about the right size? Oh, almost perfect. Doesn't matter if it's a bit wider. We can take a bit more off. But I'm going to go across there, and I want to have that little bit extra so that we can have a turnover, just to give the top of the pocket a bit more strength, really. So I'm going to go back there. There we go, that'll do. It's easy to come down that way. So yeah, so here's me, you're just watching me rip paper. So yeah, so I thought, oh, I'll just do a quick video, see if I actually manage a quick one. There we go. I'll take a bit of that off. And then I've got that for another. I could have printed two of them off. But there we go. So let's pair them up. So that's the back of that envelope. So I might just take a bit off. Probably easier to see that way. Probably easier to see it like that. That's it. So I was sort of guessing, just wants the tiniest little smidge off. Which is really hard to take off, so I'm going to leave it. Yeah, I was sort of guessing. Oh, that one's a little bit not guessed right. So I'm going to have to take a bit off the big one, which is okay. So I reduced the size slightly. That's the little ones. Try to make it the right size. That'll do. Yeah, that one's with that one and that one's with that one. Yeah, that just needs a tad off. So I'll take a little bit off this side up to there. And just a little bit off this side. Yeah, perfect. And then this one. Needs that. Need a bit more off. But I'm not going to be able to get that sliver off. Right. So there's that. So what I wanted was to give, because this is 120 GSM paper, so I am just putting my ruler along the edge and then folding it up with the bone folder. So now that can fold down, and then that gives us, if that's going to get stuck on there for a pocket, gives us a stronger edge there for it. So I'll do that on all of them. So you could do it with anything. I just thought this was quite a nice idea. I've been working on a journal, and I used some of one of Tracy Fox's compendium papers on the inside of the cover. Oh, did I collage? Oh, I might have done some collage. Might not have done that. I think I've done that on the first signature cover, but on the inside of the cover, I think collaged some like documents and that. And so, but I like to put a pocket, and I just thought, oh, this might be a clever little pocket for in the front. So there we are. So next thing we want to do is ink all round. So I've got some soft suede and I'm gonna ink all round. I will speed up, but I'll just do one with you. So there we go. So my intention is for this to get stuck down as well. So I'm not bothered about the fact that it's white on the back at all. So and then I'm just gonna snip in slightly here, because that's going to get stuck down, but I'm going to give it a bit of colour. So we're not staring down at whiteness. I mean, you won't see very much of it because it will be quite a tight pocket. But that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to glue that down. So a bit of colour glue on here. Glue that down. And then that's ready to be a pocket. And you could add a little divot. Got a 1 1/4 inch punch there. Quite a good size for the divot in this size of a pocket. Give that a bit of a, and then we'll just glue that in place. Now I'm going to make that the top because it goes in. We'll make this the bottom because that's gone in a little bit there. So I'm just going to cut up that side edge it's a bit too little to fold and too little to rip. So and I'm going to use art glitter, I think, for sticking it together. I don't use it very often, but quite like it for sticking pockets down because it is quite strong. It's so's colour, to be honest. But I bought this big bottle of colour art glitter, much bigger than that. I've decanted into it, and I'm not using it. So it's like, get it used, Jez. Just have visions of it, I don't know, going bad on me. So that is my pocket. So I'm going to get the others glued up, inked up, and then we'll make the other ones up, but I'll do it speeded up. So that's them all done. So it's about deciding which. I liked the back of this envelope. I thought it was cute. Got a lot going on. So just do our snipping. And then I have got, I'm sure I've got there, I've got some like letters, which I thought would be good in the pockets. I've just, this morning I washed out a big yogurt pot, massive one, and I thought I go through one a week, and I know we recycle, but it was like, I'd just rather reuse. And I have used a few. There's like a limit to how many you can use. And then I thought, oh, actually, it would make a nice desk bin. Because what happens, I've just emptied my craft room bin. And what happens, I get little bits like that. And I literally I just chuck it towards the bin. Well, it doesn't hit the bin. I had a guy in the other summer putting some shelves up, and he looked at my bin and there was like rubbish all around it, and he was like, you don't need a bin, you need like a great big trough to allow for when you chuck things at the bin and you miss. And I was like, I know. So if I had a little bin here on my desk, I could like when I finish my project, then I just empty everything into that bin and save on the mess. Doing that. I've cleaned this as well. You wouldn't believe it, would you? Now that I've got it all mucky again. I literally cleaned it last night. And then a little bit of a divot. So I just think, cute little pockets. 2 little pockets. Hang on. I don't know what I was in the middle of saying then because I got interrupted, so I had to stop the video. But don't know if I was saying that it's pretty obvious that these are pockets. Don't know what I was saying. There we go. So a little bit of an inky there, and then we'll fill the pockets with something. Maybe that's what I was saying. I think I've got some little letters and things that we could do. So that on there, yeah. Liking that as an idea. Yeah, so I was just having fun. I was trying a few things out, avoiding something that I have to do, as you do. And I just wanted to make some quick projects, and I just wanted to have lots of things to add to junk journals, so that, do you know, I think I'm going to trim that off. So I'm going to, it's a little bit too wide, so I'm going to go down the inside of this back envelope so that I can trim off when it's dry. Now that's got, there's a little bit of an indentation there. There's other interesting things on. Which way do I want it? It's barely seeable. We'll do it that way. Does it fit? Am I going to have the same problem that I think this one fits? Yeah, I think it's just nice to have lots of ephemera on hand to fill pages. So that is what I'm doing. And I do a lot of like vintage ones. So these perfect. Perfect. As I was watching a lot of Roxy weekly challenges. I've watched those before, and I'm sure some of the ones I was watching yesterday I've seen before. So I tried one. There was one I fancied. I thought, well, I'll give a try at that. It was from last year. And I did it so it would go in a journal I'm currently making. Right. That. There's a big bit of glue there. Mind. There's me. Look, them little bits I've just scraped onto the floor. Right, so we'll just snip down here, and then we'll re-ink that bit. Oh, that went in the bin. There we go. So let's put that away before it dries up. So there we go. So I've got those four. So things to go in it. I sort of grabbed a few bits. What have we got? So I grabbed those that I was going to do with, and I thought, well, I need them 2 different sizes. So that's when I sort of set about doing it myself. So yeah, there's a sort of a letter there that could go in. I've got some tickets and things that could go in, although they're not backed on anything. And neither's the letter, to be fair. Just put my blooming. Oh, I've got some things ready made in that drawer I was sorting through, haven't I? Yeah. So yeah, I found a load of these things, and there's some things sort of ready in here. So there's some that are, depends if it's got something on the other side. No, they haven't, they're just big ones. But so that one's too big, isn't it? Yeah, well, that one's all right. Just a receipt there, so that could get inked around. I used some hairdressing thinning scissors on the bottom of that one to give it the effect that it's been ripped out of something, or there was a tear off bit at the bottom. I would ordinarily like to do the back of that, but I conscious that I wanted this to be a quick video. So there, that's an idea. Just fold it like that, and then pop it in. And I haven't measured that quite right. Let me pop in that one. With a better measuring, you can pop it in. So if I printed that slightly smaller, that was my idea, was to print letters a bit smaller, so like that one. Or even use library cards, because it's kind of like a library pocket. That was the sort of thoughts that I had. So I could even, no, who used that? Fold it in half. Could fold it in half. And then vintage up the back. Fold it a bit, pop it in there. And then I quite like that, but again it needs a bit of vintaging up, but nice ticket there. I just bought a load of check things actually. One of them could go in, couldn't it? So I could pop in there. Obviously I would back it, it would have more so there we've got a document there that's already vintaged on the back, and that's the sort of thing I would do. I've got a video on how I do that. And then that could, though that's quite thick for popping in that pocket. Actually, Jez, that's too thick. That's not going in that pocket. That is too thick, a little too thick. But what I have got is just bought these checks. Don't like the green one for this project. That colour's quite nice. So I bought these with something specific in mind. So I got these from Rach and Bella Crafts. First time buying from them. 50% off. I do like a bargain. So yeah, something like that. And that will go in. Oh, it'd be good if it went that way. See if I shrunk it a bit. It would, but we're doing this now. I'll do that. Vintage up the back a bit and then stick that in the pocket. There's an idea. There you go. So that was my quick little project for you today. You can see that way, that was one way that I finished up the back. Smushed a load of ink in it. You can coffee dye. You can use your inks, stamp around. There we go. So, and what I'm thinking of is I'm putting together a journal, and I just collaged on the inside cover, so something like that stuck on the inside kind of goes, and then you've got a little bit of a journaling spot, and then we can stick one on the back, and that will all go very, very, very nicely. That was how I was figuring I would use those. And then they can also be used, oh, that was something I've made, I'm going to do a video on that, or you can put them on a page in a journal. They would fit on quite nicely. Nice little place to put journaling spot. And if it was thicker than 120 GSM, you could have yourself another pocket. Oh, it's not too unthick, is it? So you could create a second tuck spot depending on how you stuck it in. So that's my idea for today. So hope you like that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now. Thanks for joining me.